Hollywood, looks up to Ralph Lauren, looks up to American industry guys. Non-political, no bullshit. Put the beef on it, however you want to do it, 5 seconds delay, and just goes in and gets it done.
Unchained and unstoppable.
What about gun violence with all the debate about the Second Amendment going on?
The problem is the legal guns. The legal guns are the problem, not legal guns. We have the right to bear arms.
I love him.
Who's your captain? Howie Carr.
You know, people expect that if you're black, you have to be Democrat. What I need Saturday Night Live to improve on, what I need the liberals to improve on is, if he don't look good, we don't look good. This is our president. He has to be the freshest, the flyest plane, the best factory, and we have to make our core be empowered. We have to bring jobs into America.
Wow. I'm doing this for everybody who's watching us who turned their volume down. You can put it back up again.
But if you think you're going to get a thoughtful play-by-play and political analysis, you're not. Because that was an assault on our White House.
You can't analyze some of that stuff that was said.
Who do you love? Howie Carr.
You know, Michelle Obama said, when they go low, we go high. Here's my view of the Democratic Party regarding Kavanaugh. Going low is a step up for you. You're in the gutter in terms of the Democratic Party's approach to Kavanaugh.
Rump swabs, hacks, and moonbats beware. It's Howie Carr.
Welcome to the Howie Carr Show. There are no slow news days anymore, are there? It's just amazing. Every day is just full of interesting stuff. And today, you know what we're leading with, of course. No, it's not the crashing stock market. We'll get to that at some point. But how about the fact that Kanye West was just at the White House wearing his red "Make America Great Again" cap, and just goofing on the White House press corps, and they are so spitting mad. I'm just really amazed. You know, as a reporter, I've always appreciated when I'm handed a great story. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to make any phone calls. Someone just herds me into a room, and I have my camera, my notepad, and my pen, my tape recorder, and I can just turn it on and just get a great story handed to me, and everybody is going to want to watch it or listen to it or read it. And that's what happened to these guys today at the White House press corps. They're ushered into the Oval Office, and there's just like one incredible soundbite after another, and it's all hilarious and greatly entertaining, and it's going to cut across every demographic swath of the country. Everybody's going to be fascinated by what's going on. And yet, you read their tweets, they're spitting mad.
Well, they're gonna have to form a support group, Howie, because they were offended. Their sensibilities were ravaged by Kanye saying "mother bleeper" in the Oval Office. Worst thing that's ever happened in the Oval Office, Howie.
Yeah, forget those cigars with Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky 20 years ago. Forget pushing Kathleen Willey up against the wall in the hallway. You know, forget all that stuff. That was nothing compared to the mother bleeper by Kanye West today.
Do you think Dick Nixon ever swore in the Oval Office?
I know he did, because I was transcribing some of it for Kennedy Babylon too. And how about Lyndon Johnson?
Oh, never. No,
and
not.
By the way, and one of the duties of being an aide to Ted Kennedy back in the 70s was erasing the sexting, or whatever you'd call it back in the 60s, between President JFK and Marilyn Monroe. They erased all those, but this was worse than all of those things combined. And what, didn't Warren G. Harding knock somebody up in one of the broom closets back in the 20s? I think he did. Warren Gamaliel Harding, or whatever his name was, the president who was elected in 1920. But it was all worse than this. It's the worst thing that ever happened today. They were angry. Their tweets. You would have thought that Donald Trump had said there was no Russian collusion. and it fired Robert Mueller for being a cheap Democrat partisan. It was it was hilarious. I mean, how could you look away from that? It was so funny. And you know, and Trump, you know, who obviously loves to be the spotlight, the center of attention. If you look at the rallies, I mean, he turns it over to the Republican candidates, but he's always chomping at the bit to get back up in front of the microphone when he's at these big rallies that he's doing practically every night now. This time, he's just sitting there letting Kanye carry the whole thing because he's in showbiz. You know, when somebody's knocking him dead, you don't want to go in there. Let it. You know, it's your show. So if someone else is doing it, that's great.
The CNN consensus appears to be that Kanye is suffering from a mental health episode, and that President Trump is exploiting him. So he's bad.
What? He's suffering from a mental health episode. I was going, yeah. You know, one of the there were so many great lines in there. He was saying at one point that, you know, he said I try to love everybody, but, you know, Hillary with that slogan of hers in 2016, I'm with her. He said, I'm a guy. He said, hey, you know, there weren't a lot of guys in my household. You know, there are not a lot of guys around me now. He said, I don't know, that kind of bothered me. And I thought to myself, you know, I had a problem with I'm with her myself. I didn't like that slogan. And you know what? I think most guys didn't like that slogan, but he articulated it better than I. He put it into words. I've never put it into words myself, even just in thought, let alone publicly voicing it, vocalizing it. And how about the fact too that he was talking about the Second Amendment? Do we have that cut? Oh, here it. Yeah, cut 5. Play cut 5.
The problem is the legal guns. The legal guns is the problem. Not legal guns. We have the right to bear arms.
Where is the insanity? He's quoting.
All jokes aside, I thought that was really sad. I think you had there a man who's clearly not okay, and a president who's willing to exploit that.
Where did she get her medical degree? Is she a practicing psychiatrist? Can I get some opioids from Dr. whatever her name is?
S.E. Cupp.
S.E. Cupp. Who are all these people? These people would be offended if somebody said, you know what, I think Cory Booker's got a problem admitting to groping and making up people like T-Bone. I think he's got a mental malady here. Something's wrong with him. He's a sociopath. I mean, they'd be all over you if you said something like that. But this guy comes in, he's worth like a couple $100 million. He's successful. He's minded his own business. He could have passed a breathalyzer to get into the Oval Office. He could have passed a urinalysis test. And because he's being pleasant to the President of the United States, they want to put him in a straitjacket. You know, if they had used this, you know, and someone just pointed out on the text line, if that language had been used in Obama's Oval Office and any conservatives would have had complained, they would have said, you know, get a life, get a thicker skin. It's not 1958 anymore.
You fundamentalist Christian.
Yeah, leave it to Beavers not coming down for breakfast, pal. The Cleavers are out of commission. Yes, Grace.
One of the most hypocritical aspects of this is that yesterday was World Mental Health Awareness Day, and everyone was talking about how, you know, if someone tells you they have a mental health problem, you don't want to make it a stigma. And the fact that Kanye West was open about that he struggled with depression or whatever problems he had, and now they're weaponizing, to use their words, they're using it against him, that he can't go out and be a part of the public debate or have an opinion or talk to the president because he struggled with this. So instead they're using it to mock him. It's like, no wonder no one wants to come out and say that they have depression or anxiety. You guys are going to ridicule them with it if they dare have a different opinion than you.
Grace, do you think the moonbats are pouncing or are they seizing upon
They're seizing on Kanye's past mental health problems. And it's really, I swear, I want to like write him a letter and say, don't stop. Do not let them bully you, because he's making a huge difference, and it's the first time I've ever seen anything like this happen. Him and Candace Owens, it's really cool.
Yeah, I like Candace Owens too. Hey, I can't believe that more of these really wealthy black entertainers aren't joining, or at least admitting that they feel the same way.